This is the most amazing blade forging technique in the forged in fire competition, the Chinese water forging method. When smelting steel, it's poured onto the anvil. This removes impurities while improving the quality of the steel. When shaping, it's poured onto the blade edge. This rapidly hardens the blade body while enhancing its strength. As a result, the hammered blade cuts smoothly and delivers powerful blows with every strike. Such an amazing forging technique can only be taken to the extreme by the top-tier bladesmith Ricardo. And when facing such a formidable master, the production team of the show certainly didn't hold back. They directly prepared 3 forging techniques for the contestants to choose from. These include forging a single short knife from finished steel, creating a 3-layer composite of soft and hard steels, and filling a metal canister to make Damascus steel. The 3 techniques range from easy to difficult, corresponding to the second round handle assembly, which goes from difficult to easy. In simple terms, if you choose an easy technique in the first round, the second round will be extremely difficult. With a single command, the 3-hour countdown began. All the other contestants unanimously chose the 3-layer forging process. Only Ricardo chose the canister filling method. He directly used small steel balls and fishhooks to fill the canister, then poured steel powder to fill the remaining gaps, and then welded and sealed the lid. Contestant David, after heating the steel, directly used a power hammer to stretch and elongate it. His plan was to stretch the high and low carbon steels to the same size, and then stack and forge them together to create a blade. On the other side, contestant Mike was also stretching and elongating the steel billet at this time. Then he chose to use a cutting machine to split it in half. After that, he cleaned up the impurities on the surface. Once everything was ready, he could stack and forge the steels together. Contestant Nick was very cautious. After stretching and elongating the steel billet, he also made comparisons. After confirming that everything was correct, he started using a grinder to polish off the impurities on the surface. 1 hour had passed. Ricardo repeatedly checked the temperature to ensure the steel billet was in its perfect state. Then he placed it on a press and started the forging process, while also using a power hammer as an aid. After confirming that the forging was correct, he felt at ease to start shaping the blade. After welding the 3 layers together, contestant David realized that he had forgotten to clean the impurities off the steel billet, but he didn't plan to start over. Instead, he sprinkled a large amount of flux as a remedy. But was this method really feasible? Contestant Mike was using a hand hammer to complete the initial forging. Then he also sprinkled a large amount of flux to aid in the fusion and forging. After confirming that the steel billet was thoroughly heated, he started using a machine to stretch and elongate it. On the other side, contestant Nick had also completed the forging of the 3 layers and started shaping the blade blank. It's just that the blade body was a bit too long. With only the last hour remaining, the contestants entered the fine-tuning stage. Ricardo, who was the fastest, was the first to complete the quenching of the blade blank. The blade blank was straight without any problems. In order to catch up with the progress, David, without fully heating the steel billet, directly used a power hammer to press it. Unexpectedly, the steel billet cracked directly. There was no other way to remedy it, even though there was little time left. He had no choice but to start over. So could he create a miracle? In the last 10 minutes, Mike carried out the crucial quenching. Nick completed the quenching of the blade blank. Before the countdown ended, the competition time was up. David didn't create a miracle. In the end, what he handed in was just a piece of finished steel that resembled a bar of soap. The production team